and welcome to John's Box. Over the past couple of weeks, as some of you may know, I've been presenting the ins and outs of a booklet published in 1980 called Through Learning to Service. In this edition of Through Learning to Service, I'd like to bring to light an incident which resulted in Park School making front page news across the entire nation. There's no mention of this in the booklet, needless to say. My source of information comes from the local Swindon Evening Advertiser and an article which appeared back in 2015, which I happened to stumble across, though the events I want to bring to light occurred over 46 years ago. In fact, I do remember as a child that this particular story did get local TV coverage. Perhaps some of you viewing this footage are familiar with the events. Perhaps you were one of the culprits concerned. So let the story unfold. The original article bears the headline, Blackmail Claim. I've got it here. Well, copy of it. So it goes like this. This is what appeared in the local Swindon Evening Advertiser. Here goes. It is 39 years since a group of girls at the old Park School in Walcott faced severe disciplinary action. Their crime? Wearing trousers instead of skirts in the midst of a bitter winter. It was the sort of dispute that would be unthinkable barely a decade later, but in 1976, few adults saw anything wrong in imposing such a rule. The dispute at the school in Marlow Avenue was the subject of several stories in the second week of February. 7 girl pupils at Park School Swindon, the Evening Advertiser wrote, were taught to go home and change today when they turned up to classes wearing trousers. The girls, all 4th and 5th formers, have been protesting against the no trouser rule for the past week. And today, 3 of the girls went home to put on skirts. The 4 who refused were sent to the library. One of the dissidents, 15-year-old, and I'm not going to quote her surname, but her name's Julie, of Shrewsbury Road, said, "I don't see anything wrong with them. It's been really freezing these last few weeks." The deputy head teacher, Mrs. Alice Chambers, said girls were welcome to wear trousers while travelling to school, but had to change on arrival. She added that there were good reasons for not allowing girls to wear trousers at school, but didn't reveal those reasons. By the Tuesday, more than 50 girls had joined the protest, and we said, the girls in the trousers now at Park School Swindon were today threatened with detention and bad job references if they kept up their protest. Waiting for them outside the school gates before they went in were television cameras and national Sunday newspaper correspondents. Pupil Mary D, 15, revealed the threats and added, "It's just like Colditz in the school at the moment." In a later story she said, "We were shut in at break and there was a teacher at every door." Susan W, 16, confirmed the threats had been made and added, "I think it's stupid. It's just blackmailing us. If they can't teach us in trousers, then they can't teach us in skirts." We'd like to say that the advert backed the young protesters in their stance against a silly and outdated rule, but if we did, we'd be lying. An opinion piece came down firmly on the side of the school and added, "Come on, girls, you've had your little rebellion." When we left the story, the matter was due for debate by the school council. We can find no further mention of it in our archives, but if veterans of the protest are reading this, we'd love to hear from them. There you go. The school, as many Rewind readers will recall, was eventually renamed Oakfield and closed at the turn. I mean, one could well have understood wearing miniskirts in the heat of June, causing uproar among some members of the teaching staff, but bell-bottom trousers in winter covers up much of the mid to lower leg part, revealing more of the buttocks, I hasten to add. Not bad if you're a guy, or even some of the male teachers. Perhaps a compromise would have been to make the girls concerned put on a skirt above the trousers, taking fancy dress into another dimension, needless to say. I'd like to add that I have included this snippet of news as an add-on to the booklet, just to show how pioneering, forward-thinking, or even woke, whichever you prefer, some of the students were back in 1976. No disrespect to the way the teaching staff reacted here. There were school rules, and maintaining high standards meant no bending of the rules. Trousers are now commonplace among both boys and girls. Now, that's a thought. Imagine what would have happened if the boys had decided to protest against the extreme hot British summer heat. And yes, there was actually a heatwave later that 1976, and turned up at school in skirts. Now that's food for thought, isn't it? Okay, well that's all for now. I'll be back soon for another look back at the goings on at Park. This time we'll be delving into the booklet. So, what do you think? Were the girls right to protest? Should the boys have worn skirts in support? Well, let me know. Bye for now, and don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff. Cheers.